Hello. It has been a while since I updated. Sorry. Um, yeah, I kind of went into hibernation for a little while, but I'm back out now and trying to get back to trying to get into back into doing stuff. So where I'm at, hormones wise, is it's currently day 194. So that's just over 6 months. It's like 6.5 months thereabouts. Which is cool. It feels pretty good. And it's not been the huge transformation that part of me hoped, but the realistic part of me knew that that wasn't going to actually happen anyway. But things are happening. I've definitely really solidly noticed how much deeper my voice is now. Not just, I mean, I was previously, I kind of listened to sort of my pre-T voice and then my kind of month 3 or 4 voice and kind of went, yeah, I can kind of hear it a little bit, but now I definitely feel a difference, not just in the pitch, because actually that's the more minor change. What I notice a difference is in the resonance. It's dropped a lot further down. It kind of feels a lot more like a chest voice a lot of the time. Previously it was a lot higher up. I'm very solidly in tenor range now, in terms of my singing voice, which is really cool. Dropping from the lowest female voice to the highest male voice, that's kind of represented a quite big milestone for me, because I guess it's one less female thing defining me. So that's nice. I'm going to keep kind of tracking that, because there are a few things I do to measure that I might be able to actually make a nice visual presentation for that. Representation, not presentation. Like, I'm not going to do PowerPoint about it or anything. But yeah, so that's probably the most noticeable thing, is that my voice sounds different. But recently, in the last couple of weeks, I've noticed that like my arm hair is getting a bit darker. That's been quite cool. Because for a couple of months there, I felt like my voice had dropped a fair bit, but nothing else was happening. So to have a kind of something physical start happening again has felt very affirming and encouraging. That's been about it. That was quite a subtle thing where I kind of went, how long's that been happening? But I think it's only been in the last couple of weeks, maybe at the most. So that's cool. But I think that's kind of where it's at just now. Kind of nothing dramatic. It's just a process of waiting, basically. I mean, much like with puberty first time around, it didn't just happen really quickly. Although being able to deal with it overnight would have been really cool. Just get it over with. But yeah, I have to kind of just keep in mind that it is a longer process, that I need to be patient. But yeah, so things are slowly happening and I feel quite good about that. I'm kind of okay with being on a journey. It has made going for some acting jobs quite difficult, because being in this kind of state of flux makes can make it difficult for people to see what to do with me longer term. and I suppose that's fair enough. But I've done a few things. I've done some recording for a little a comedy sketch for a web series, which is quite exciting, and I'm in rehearsal just now for Ganymede Revisited, which is the significantly reworked follow-up to my Fringe show, reprising my role as Ganymede, but this time with modern text and with a much more kind of trimmed down story that focuses closely on 4 characters rather than spreading it across 7 characters. And that's been really good so far. I'm feeling excited about that. Although my voice keeps cracking. That's quite, it's embarrassing, but also a sign that things are changing. So it's a good thing, but also can be a little inconvenient when I'm trying to put power behind the voice, because, well, I'm going to be on stage, I need to project, and then the projecting, rather than creating the sound that I'm trying to make, creates a sort of goose-like honk that's not what I'm looking for. And there's nothing I can do about it, but we're mostly managing it, and this is just a 3-night run, so I'm hopefully not going to be as exhausted as I was back in August. It feels a lot more like I can cope with it. I feel a lot more able to cope with things in general, even though, well, some things are still challenging, like, well, gatekeeping medical professionals, which well, I'm sure some of you actually have first-hand experience of, maybe not necessarily what I'm going through with my transition with gatekeeping medical professionals, but you've probably met gatekeeping medical professionals who have done similar things to yourselves. I am actually just waffling now, so I'll leave it at that. I've got a few more things coming up soon. I'm going to do another poetry corner. I'm also now going to be kind of separating out my kind of transition updates and my kind of general what's going on with me updates from stuff like poetry corner, and I'm going to be adding some reviews soon, booze related reviews, and I'm going to keep those things kind of separate now, because I think it'll just be kind of easier for like people who want to kind of follow the journey can kind of do that without having to dip in, without having to kind of listen to stuff they're not interested in, and the people who want to watch reviews can do that without having to listen to me waffling on about hormones and stuff. So yeah, I'm also going to be changing up which books I read from for my poetry corner stuff, because I realised that reading from a book full of poems that make people cry meant that everything was really grim, and I'd kind of like to not have it be really grim all the time. So I'm going to be reading some fun stuff next, hopefully. I've had some requests which I intend to honour, so look out for those, and I'll speak